cutting off the heads of babies. They want to wipe Israel off the face of the map. Let's be honest. They would kill every Jew in the world if they could. That's what these terrorists want. And to be silent in the face of that, or to celebrate it as these crazy student groups are doing, what I want to know, Sean, is who's funding these student groups. I hope that the DOJ is investigating where the money is coming from. Are there terror groups who are part of these networks who are infiltrating our campuses? I mean, this is crazy stuff.
No, Josh. What's crazy is assuming that the students at our most prestigious universities wouldn't ever side with the oppressed people of Palestine. And trying to garner support of Jewish people by suggesting we put folks on lists because of their political affiliations, McCarthy, well, this Jew doesn't agree with that. That's the very same Josh Hawley running away from the insurrectionists on January 6th. The insurrectionists, by the way, that he riled up and doesn't want to investigate. But he does want to investigate student groups for supporting the liberation of Palestinians. Makes sense.
This kind of ideology is already in the halls of Congress. Rashida Tlaib's squad displayed a Palestinian flag outside her office. She also had a pride flag out there, too. Does she know how Palestinians feel about gays? I don't think she does. People like Rashida twist themselves into knots trying to convince you that they support the Palestinians, not Hamas. No. The Palestinians and Hamas are in bed together. They live together. Palestinians let Hamas conduct terror campaigns from their territory.
And unfortunately, Jesse, MAGA is a big faction of the United States government. That doesn't mean that I agree with them, much less in bed with them. And it is funny listening to you criticize Hamas for their homophobia and transphobia, given the fact that that's pretty much in lockstep with the ideology of the GOP.
This is a moment for the United States to come together, to grieve with those who are mourning. Let's be real clear. There is no place for hate in America.
Okay, well, if he's really against hate, then he should call a prosecutorial ceasefire against his political adversaries, like the former president, and direct his DOJ and DHS to stop making conservative Americans feel like they're the enemy.
Did she just call for a prosecutorial ceasefire? What the hell is that? Of course, Fox News would use a war in the Middle East as an excuse to ask for Donald Trump to be exonerated. If you want peace in the Middle East, well, the first step in that would be to allow a former president to get away with his crimes against this country, a country they purport to love. Is she insane? Well, the answer is simple. No, she's not. But she knows that her viewers won't question what she's saying, despite the fact that not too long ago, a judge ruled that Fox News programs such as hers shouldn't be taken seriously. They're more a form of satirical entertainment, and anybody with half a brain would never take it as a legitimate news source. But of course, that doesn't stop her viewers from recognizing that she is the end-all be-all of legitimate information, and everything she says is gospel. Let's pivot to what Lindsey Graham said for a moment. After what Hamas did in that terrible terror attack, he said Israel should show no mercy and level the place.
We're in a religious war here. I am with Israel. Do whatever the hell you have to do to defend yourself. Level the place.
Meanwhile, Fox News is calling for peace. We all know they're not calling for peace, and people like her and Jesse Waters effectively view Palestinians as subhuman, which is why they're easily able to say that these people deserve to be leveled. And that's why we have bombs on their hospitals not being used as front page news in Fox News, but instead the war being used as a reason to exonerate their daddy Trump. We are living in a strange time. This is a sad state of affairs. And I, as a Jewish man, am saddened to see people in America still recognizing Israel as the victim in all of this. Yes, they were a victim of a terrible terror attack. But that attack didn't happen in a vacuum. And that ignores decades of mistreatment and subjugation of Palestinian people. And now we have people like Josh Hawley calling for the investigation of students who want justice in Palestine. This is about as un-American as it gets. Most recently, Joe Biden did go to Israel, and after he, of course, as he's obligated to do, expressed his unwavering support for the state of Israel, he did manage to get Netanyahu to allow aid into Gaza, which is just one sliver of hope in this otherwise dark timeline. I'm David Balaban for Rebel HQ.